Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of class 10th, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to solve the SLO based model paper of chemistry class 10th. Students, ये मॉडल पेपर फेडरल बोर्ड ऑफ इंटरमीडिएट एंड सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन इस्लामाबाद ने शाया किया है। इस मरतबा इस एग्ज़ाम में इस पैटर्न के ऊपर पेपर आएगा। तो लेट्स सॉल्व। सबसे पहले आपने वर्जन नंबर देखना है और ये जो बबल्स गिवन है इसमें आपने इसको फिल करना होगा। दूसरे नंबर पे रोल नंबर का खाना है, यहाँ पर आपने अपना रोल नंबर लिखना है और उसके मुताबिक बबल्स फिल करने हैं। तीसरे सेक्शन में आंसर शीट नंबर आपने लिखना है, सिग्नेचर करना है और नीचे जो जगह है उसको आपने छोड़ना है। इस पर इन्विजिलेटर या जो डिप्टी सुपरटेंडेंट होगा उसने साइन करने होंगे। तो आइए देखते हैं कि किस तरह से वर्जन नंबर लिखना होता है। सबसे पहले आपने अपना जो पेपर है उसका वर्जन नोट करना है। वो उसके कोने पे लिखा होता है। जैसे मिसाल के तौर पर अभी हम बात करते हैं, सपोज़ कर लें कि वर्जन नंबर है 1574। ये आपके पेपर के कोने पे लिखा होगा, आपने वो नोट करना है और यहाँ पर आपने फिल करना है। जो बॉक्सेस गिवन है उसको भी फिल करना है और जो बबल्स गिवन है उसको भी आपने फिल करना है। मसलन पहले कॉलम में 1 है, लिहाजा हम यहाँ पर 1 फिल करेंगे। दूसरे में 5 है, सो सेकंड कॉलम में हम 5 फिल करेंगे। द थर्ड वन हैज़ 7, सो वी विल हैव टू फिल 7 एंड देन 4। मसलन आपका रोल नंबर है, योर रोल नंबर इज़ 3657408। नाउ यू विल हैव टू फिल दी बबल्स। 3 फिल करें, 6 फिल करें, 5 फिल करें, 7 फिल करें, 4, 0 and 8। नाउ यू विल हैव टू राइट योर आंसर शीट। आंसर शीट जो आपको आंसर शीट गिवन होगा उसके ऊपर एक नंबर लिखा होगा जो सीरियल नंबर होता है, आपने वो यहाँ पर लिखना है। जैसे फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल हमारे पास ये 3, 6, 0, 7, 9, 3 and 5। इसके बाद आपने जो फिल करना है वो है साइन ऑफ कैंडिडेट, यानी यहाँ पर आपके साइन होंगे। जैसे मसलन यहाँ पर मैं साइन कर रहा हूँ, अपने साइन कर दिए, जबकि उसके नीचे सिग्नेचर ऑफ इन्विजिलेटर है। यहाँ पर आपने कुछ नहीं करना बल्कि इन्विजिलेटर ने करना है। वो या तो स्टैंप लगा देगा या वो अपने साइन करेगा। अब आपका सेक्शन ए जो है वो 12 मार्क्स का है। टाइम अलाउड 20 मिनट्स हैं। Section A is compulsory. All parts of this section are to be answered on this page and handed over to the center superintendent. Deleting or overwriting is not allowed. Do not use lead pencil. यहाँ पर आपने सिर्फ मार्कर का इस्तेमाल करना होगा। और क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 is fill the relevant bubble for each part. Each part carries out 1 mark. Number 1, which one of the following compounds is formed by the reaction of aluminium hydroxide AlOH whole thrice with sulfuric acid H2SO4? स्टूडेंट्स, यहाँ पर फार्मूलाज गिवन हैं। ऑप्शन ए AlSO4 whole thrice, ऑप्शन बी Al2CO3, ऑप्शन सी Al2SO4 whole thrice and ऑप्शन डी इज़ AlCl3। यहाँ पर ऑप्शन सी इज़ द राइट ऑप्शन बिकॉज aluminium valency is 3 and sulfate valency is 2. Therefore 2 is written below the aluminium and 3 is written below the SO4. So the correct formula of aluminium sulfate is Al2SO4 whole thrice. Number 2, marble buildings are disintegrated by acid rain because of the reaction of acid with. Now the options are calcium sulfate, calcium nitrate, calcium carbonate and calcium oxalate. The correct option is calcium carbonate because marble is in fact calcium carbonate. So CaCO3 is its formula and the name of marble is calcium carbonate. Number 3, dipeptide is formed by joining two molecules of option A amino acids, option B alcohols, option C carboxylic acids, option D amines, and the correct option is amino acids. Next, number 4, two products obtained from the carbonating tower during the Solvay process are option A ammonium chloride and carbon dioxide, option B ammonium hydrogen carbonate and ammonium chloride, option C sodium hydrogen carbonate and ammonium chloride, option D is sodium bicarbonate and ammonia, and the correct option is option C. Number 5, the end product of the reaction of acetylene with concentrated alkaline KMnO4 is option A reduction, B oxidation, C substitution, and D is rearrangement. The correct option is oxidation. Here, when acetylene reacts with potassium permanganate, it produces a compound that is a carboxylic acid, and that is done by the oxidation. The final stage is the oxidation. Number 6, 1 mole of an unsaturated hydrocarbon reacts with 1 mole of hydrogen to form a saturated compound. Predict the formula of unsaturated compound. Students, you can see that 1 mole of hydrogen reacts with 1 mole of the compound. It must be unsaturated, therefore it must be an alkene, because with 1 mole of alkene 1 mole of hydrogen can react. You will have to choose the correct formula of that alkene. Number 1 is C3H4. If you apply the general formula, C3H4 comes out the formula of an alkyne. Number 2, C6H12. This is the formula of an alkene, because the general formula of alkene is CnH2n. So if C is equal to 6, H will be equal to 12. This is the correct option. Next, if negative is a base because it contains hydroxyl group, ionizes in water to give hydroxide ions, can accept an electron pair, can accept a proton, and the correct option is option D, because if negative can accept a proton, and you know that Lowry-Bronsted bases accept protons. These are proton acceptors. Number 8, which one of the following compound is an aldehyde? CH3CH2OH, CH3COOH, CH3CHO, and CH3COCH3. The correct option is option C, because CHO is the functional group of aldehydes. So this is an aldehyde. Number 9, the pH of 10 raised to power minus 3 molar aqueous solution of NaOH is option 1 3, option B 11, option C 2, and option D 9. The correct option is 11. Students, the concentration of NaOH is 10 raised to power minus 3. Its pOH will be equal to 3. You will have to only change the sign of the power of 10. Here the power of 10 is minus 3, therefore the pOH will be plus 3, and if you solve it for pH, then you will have to subtract 3 from 14, and the answer will come out equal to 11. That will be the pH of this solution. Number 10, which one of the following pollutant is not produced by the burning of fossil fuels? You should know that fossil fuels mostly contain carbon and hydrogen, so they will produce carbon dioxide and water. Here the options are carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, C CFCs and D sulfur oxides. The correct option is CFCs, because all the three are produced when the fuel is burnt, but CFCs are not produced during this process. Therefore the correct option is option C. Next, for a reversible reaction given below, the unit of Kc is, अब हमारे पास जो इक्वेशन है वो है 2SO2 plus O2 gives 2SO3. If we solve the unit of the Kc will come out option A. That will be dm cube per mole. Number 12. The composition of matte produced during the metallurgy of copper is FeSiO3, Fes and CO2s, CO2O and Fes, CO2O and CO2s, and the correct option is option B. Matte contains iron sulfide and cuprous sulfide. Student, this is section B. The total marks are 53. Section B has total marks of 33. Attempt any 11 parts from this. All parts carry equal marks. 11 into 3 is equal to 33. Number 1. Identify the following substances as Lewis acids or Lewis bases. Number 1. AlBr3, B is CH3CH2OH, C is Cn negative. The answer is AlBr3 is a Lewis acid, CH3CH2OH is a Lewis base because it can accept a proton, and the Cn negative -1, that is the cyanide ion, it is acting as a Lewis base because it can donate a pair of electrons. Number 2. How the Le Chatelet principle made it possible to get maximum amount of product from Haber process. Students, Haber process is a technique in which nitrogen reacts with hydrogen and produces ammonia. In Haber process, 3 moles of hydrogen react with 1 mole of nitrogen and produces 2 moles of ammonia. The equation is 3H2 plus N2 gives 2NH3. According to Le Chatelet principle, the following conditions must be followed. Number 1. To get more ammonia, the pressure must be kept higher to decrease the volume because the moles of ammonia are less than the reactants. Number 2. Excess of nitrogen must be added to produce more ammonia. Students, if you add excess of nitrogen, the reaction will move in the forward direction and you will get more ammonia. Number 3. It is exothermic process, so temperature must be kept lower. Students, when hydrogen and nitrogen reacts, they produce ammonia. Similarly, they produce heat. So it is an exothermic process, and for exothermic process, the temperature must be kept lower. Next, concentration of an aqueous solution of potassium hydroxide is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 3 mole per dm cube. What is its pH? And this solution acidic, is this solution acidic, basic or neutral? हम इसको सॉल्व करेंगे. Concentration of KOH 1 into 10 raised to power minus 3 mole per dm cube. Hydroxide ions are equal to 1 into 10 raised to power minus 3. POH is equal to negative log of OH negative. POH is equal to negative log of 1 into 10 raised to power minus 3. We will have to solve it, and the POH comes out equal to 3. Now pH plus POH is equal to 14. This is a formula which is given by Sorensen. In this formula, pH plus POH, the sum of both is equal to 14. Putting the value of POH, it becomes pH plus 3 is equal to 14. And now if you solve it, the pH will be equal to 11. So this is the correct answer. Since the pH is more than 7, therefore the solution is basic in nature. Number 4. What is slag lime? How it is produced during solvent process? The answer: slag lime is an aqueous solution of calcium hydroxide, and its formula is CaOH whole twice. In solvent process, it is produced by dissolving calcium oxide in water. The formula is CaO plus H2O gives CaOH whole twice. So this is the whole question that has been solved. Next, write the name and formula of the 3 nitrogen containing fertilizers. The answer is The names of nitrogen containing fertilizers are urea, and its formula is C double bond O NH2 whole twice. Number 2, ammonium nitrate, and the formula is NH4NO3. Number 3, potassium nitrate, and the formula is KNO3. Next, describe ion exchange method for the removal of hardness of water. And the answer: in ion exchange method, the hard water containing calcium and magnesium ions is passed through sodium zeolite. Sodium zeolite is a natural polymer on which sodium ions are attached. During passage of hard water, the calcium and magnesium ions attach on zeolite, while sodium ions enter the flowing water. So the ions are removed and the water becomes soft. The following reactions takes place. Na2Z plus calcium plus 2 ion gives CaZ, calcium zeolite, and releases 2 sodium ions. Similarly, if there is magnesium ion, then Na2Z plus Mg plus 2, it gives MgZ, that is magnesium zeolite, plus 2 sodium ions. Next question: for the given reversible reaction, equilibrium concentrations are nitrogen is equal to 0.602 mole per dm cube, hydrogen is equal to 0.420 mole per dm cube, and ammonia is equal to 0.113 mole per dm cube. Calculate the value of Kc and determine the Kc units. And the answer: nitrogen is equal to 0.602 mole per dm cube, hydrogen is equal to 0.420 mole per dm cube, ammonia 0.113 mole per dm cube. First of all, write the Kc equation, and this is the Kc equation. Putting the values of concentrations, if we solve it, then it will be 0.286. Now unit of Kc, putting the units mole per dm cube in each one, if we solve it, it comes out 1 over mole per dm cube square, and then we can convert it into mole minus 2 power dm plus 6 power. If you do it, then the final unit will be dm plus 6 and mole minus 2. Number 8, write down balanced chemical equations showing the formation of salt. Reaction of HCl acid with aluminum metal. B. Reaction of HCl acid with calcium carbonate. The answer: A. Reaction of HCl with aluminum metal. So this is the balanced chemical equation between aluminum and HCl. They will produce aluminum chloride and hydrogen gas will be released. To balance the number of aluminum, write 2AlCl3. To balance the number of hydrogen, write 6HCl and 3H2. There are 6 chloride on both sides, therefore this is the whole basic equation. Number B, reaction of HCl with calcium carbonate. 2 moles of HCl react with calcium carbonate. They produce calcium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. So this is the final equation. Next, write the structural formula of the following: N-heptane, methanol, methanoic acid. N-heptane is an alkane, methanol is an aldehyde, and methanoic acid is a carboxylic acid. N-heptane must have 7 carbon atoms, therefore its formula is like this, straight chain formula. Methanol is an aldehyde, so its formula is HC double bond OH. Meth means 1 carbon, therefore there is only 1 carbon in this aldehyde. Similarly, methanoic acid, It is also derived from methane and contains one carbon only. Therefore, its exact formula is HCOOH. Differentiate between homocyclic and heterocyclic compound with the help of structural formula. The answer is homocyclic compounds. The cyclic compounds which contain rings of carbon atoms are called homocyclic compounds. For example, cyclobutane, and this is the formula of cyclobutane. It contains CH2 groups which are attached with each other in the form of a closed ring or closed shape, cyclic shape, that is a square. Heterocyclic compounds. The cyclic compounds which contain one or more atoms other than carbon atoms in the ring are called heterocyclic compounds. Students, these compounds have an element other than carbon atom which is present in the ring. For example, furane. And furane has the structure like this. The oxygen atom is in the ring. Other four are carbon atoms. Next, write the two methods of the purification of propane. Write two methods of the preparation of propane. Give chemical equation with conditions. Answer: preparation of propane. Number 1, propane can be prepared by the hydrogenation of propene. Hydrogen gas is reacted with propene in the presence of nickel catalyst at 250 degrees centigrade, and the full final equation is CH3-CH double bond CH2 plus H2. Nickel is the catalyst, 250 degrees centigrade is the temperature, and the hydrogen will be added to double bond, so it becomes CH3, CH2 and CH3. Next, propane can be prepared by the reduction of propyl chloride with zinc and HCl mixture. We will write CH3, CH2, Cl, that is propyl chloride, plus 2H, and these hydrogens will come from zinc and HCl. So hydrogen are 2, one will attach with the chlorine and will convert into HCl, the other will attach with the alkyl group, and the whole molecule will become a propane. Next, how will you differentiate between ethane and ethene using a chemical test? Students, you should know that ethane is an alkane and ethene is an alkene. One is saturated, other is unsaturated, so we can differentiate them by chemical test. Ethane and ethene can be differentiated by reacting with dilute alkaline potassium permanganate solution. It is called Bayer's test. Number 1, ethane does not react with the pink solution of potassium permanganate, that is CH3 single bond CH3, that is in ethane, plus KMnO4. No reaction will take place and the color of KMnO4 will remain pink. Number 2, ethene decolorizes the pink solution of 1% alkaline potassium permanganate solution and produces ethylene glycol. So in this process, CH2CH2, that is an unsaturated hydrocarbon called ethene, when this is reacted with KMnO4, that is pink colored solution, in addition to water, we will get ethylene glycol, which is a colorless compound. Similarly, we will get other compounds like MnO2 and potassium hydroxide. Identify A and B in the following chemical reaction. CH3C triple bond CH plus Cl2 in the presence of CCl4 solvent gives product A. When A is reacted with chlorine again in the presence of CCl4 solution solvent, we get a product B. What will be the formula of A and B? The answer is, if we write this equation again, our product will be like this, and this is the formula of the product A. Similarly, you will have to write the formula of product A and again react with chlorine. you will get product B, and the formula of this product will be, as you see, that there are 4 chlorine atoms attached on both carbon atoms. Discuss ways by which global warming can be decreased. The answer is ways to decrease global warming. Number 1, it can be decreased by discouraging deforestation and planting a lot of trees. Trees will absorb carbon dioxide, so the global warming will be decreased. Number 2, it can be decreased by reducing the consumption of fossil fuels. If we don't use fossil fuels or reduce the consumption of fossil fuels, there will be no production of greenhouse gases, so the global warming will be controlled. Number 3, it can be decreased by reducing the use of CFCs. You should know that CFCs cause global warming, therefore their use must be reduced. In this way we can overcome the problem of global warming. Number 15, define the following with examples. Number 1, lipids. Number 2, fats. Number 3, oils. Answer: lipids. Lipids are the components of plant and animal tissues that are insoluble in water but soluble in solvents of low polarity like ether, benzene and hexane. Students, lipids ऐसे compounds हैं जो कि animals और plant के tissues में पाए जाते हैं. ये water में insoluble होते हैं, लेकिन दूसरे solvents जिसको हम non polar solvents कहते हैं या ऑर्गेनिक सॉल्वेंट्स कहते हैं, उनमें ये डिज़ोल्व हो जाते हैं. वो सॉल्वेंट्स ईथर, बेंजीन और हेक्सेन हैं. एग्जांपल्स: फैट्स एंड ऑयल्स, कोलेस्ट्रॉल एंड सेक्स हार्मोन्स. दीज आर ऑल लिपिड्स. फैट्स एग्जांपल्स: fats, if a lipid is solid at room temperature, then it is called fat. For example, stearic acid and vegetable ghee. See oils. If a lipid is liquid at room temperature, then it is called oil. For example, palm oil and coconut oil, etc. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe and share my video. Students, ये था आपका मॉडल पेपर और सेक्शन ए और बी मैंने इसमें सॉल्व किए हुए हैं. इंशाल्लाह ताला नेक्स्ट वीडियो में मैं ऑप्शन सी भी सॉल्व करूँगा. आपने इस वीडियो को लाइक करना है, शेयर करना है अपने दोस्तों के साथ, और साथ ही आपने सब्सक्राइब भी करना है ताकि आपको नए वीडियोज़ मिलते रहें. अल्लाह हाफिज़.